It's minus 19 degrees, and that's the Pearl of Siberia. Oh yeah, it's light up, and I'm freezing, but I just had to do this. The Pearl of Siberia. I don't need these pearls. It's too cold. I can't even feel my lips. The Pearl of Siberia. Oh yeah, freeze to death. More like it. So this is the story of the cards. What did I say about the story? It's not in English. Oops. Our battery have died. Seem like. 3 interesting facts about Tyumen. Tyumen is an oil-rich, well-developed city in Siberia, Russia. The story about Siberian Carts Park centers around the carts being brought to Tyumen to get rid of the infestation of rodents. The rodents were destroying paintings, artwork, historical documents, furniture, artifacts at Tyumen Hermitage, a museum in Tyumen. The authorities at the time decided to round up as many carts as possible and for the carts to be brought to the Hermitage to get rid of the infestation of rats and mice. Prior to that, they tried with chemicals to get rid of the rodents, but no luck. So the carts were brought in. Many of these carts came from all over Russia and mostly Kazan. I went to the Hermitage in Tyumen, but I wasn't allowed to film. No camera is allowed inside the Hermitage. The cellar are so many carts, maybe over 50 carts, and they are well fed, so there's still loads of carts. I call the city of Tyumen City of Carts. If you're a cat lover, you really have to go to Tyumen. The story of the carts in Tyumen goes back to 1745. In 1745, Russian Empress Elizabeth Petrovna issued an order that 30 large carts from Kazan must be brought to Tyumen to hunt rats and mice. The rats and mice were responsible for eating furniture, paintings, art collection, and books. Kazan's large carts were considered the fiercest against rodents during the Russian Empire. The third interesting fact about Tyumen is that during the Great Patriotic War, the body of Vladimir Lenin was moved from Moscow to Tyumen, and this was just before World War II and shortly before Nazi Germany began to invade the USSR, Soviet Union. The USSR authorities at the time decided to evacuate the body of Lenin out of the Russian capital in case the Germans took over Moscow, because they did not want anything else happening to their former leader, Vladimir Lenin. Lenin's body was brought to Tyumen on a secret train guarded by armed guards of the Soviet secret police, and it was stored in one of the city's agricultural institutes. Many people and many authorities in Tyumen did not know that the body was stored in their town. This remained a secret until the late 90s. So the body of Lenin spent 4 years in Tyumen. Towards the end of this video, I will cover a little bit more about Tyumen's statue of carts and also a little bit about the body of Lenin being hidden in Tyumen. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing, like, hit the notification button, and share. I'm in good health now in Tyumen. As you can see, there's no snow here. A bit cold, but I consider this warm. -2, I consider that very warm. The only reason why I'm now walking so late, like 4 p.m. I've been struggling in this town all morning because I don't know what was happening. Because every time I try to walk, I was hit by serious snow. Snow was falling like there was no tomorrow. The snow was falling very heavily, and I had no choice. I had to rush into inside buildings to run away from the snow. And after running into the buildings, I waited for like 20 minutes, the snow stopped, so I come out and start walking again, and guess what? 10 minutes later, the snow started again, hitting very, very hard. And I thought, how am I gonna see this town? And then I ran to another shopping mall, and my clothes were getting wet because the snow was falling so heavy. And then I waited and then decided to have some food as well. When I came out, the snow was stopped again. So I thought, okay, third time lucky, let's try again. But I don't think it was my day because the snow was back again. And then I thought, I will never see this town. So I gave up on seeing the town because I couldn't be bothered being hit by snow every second I try. I ended up at that shopping mall behind me, Tyumen Mall. And once I was there, the snow stopped completely. I think the snow gave up on me, said, well, we can't catch this guy, so we might as well give up on him. This is quite amazing because people stop, they think I'm talking alone, but I travel alone, so the camera really does help because it gives me a very good traveling companion who does not complain. I feel absolutely brilliant. I wouldn't change it for the world. But who knows, sometimes we fall in love. I was at another restaurant the other day, and there it was amazing as well because all they played was just Elton John, maybe a full album or 2 or 3. That's one thing with Russia. Not many places speak English, but they really love English songs.
Anywhere you go, give it on. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Wow, don't be fooled with a bit of sunshine. This is Tyumen, the last part of Siberia, if you're going towards the west. And I'm serious, guys, this is -19. There's no snow yet here, but the rest of Siberia is covered in snow because from here I'm going to Yekaterinburg. But my God, look, my fingers are in these woolen gloves and they're frozen. Chilly. Frozen. Well, what I wanted to share with you yesterday was people are quite nice here in Tyumen. I was searching for something to eat, and due to my food allergies, I normally go to KFC if I can't find anything. But the KFC here, very limited. And as I was struggling with my little Russian, this gentleman came to my rescue. He took me to a bigger KFC. When we got there, he said, this is the center, that's a KFC over there. This is my number if you have any problem. He drove me there, which was like 10 minutes out of the city in Tyumen. And when I got there, the guy was extremely nice. Because when I got there, he gave me 1,000 rubles and he said, this is for your trip. I was so happy, I was so grateful for that. You know, just these little thank you which they do for you, it's quite amazing. I wasn't expecting that. Then I took my walk around Tyumen, went to the park where they've got this bronze carts all over the place. Very nice place. Tyumen Hermitage could have been destroyed. It's a museum. It could have been destroyed with all the archives if the authorities didn't get as many carts as possible. So let's just say Tyumen is the city of carts. So if you got a cart or you want to see more carts, just come to Tyumen. Another story was that at the start of World War II, the Russians were worried that if the Germans were to invade, then they could do something bad to Lenin's body. So as a result, the Russian authorities, government at the time, decided to transport, not ship, transport the body of Lenin from Moscow to Tyumen, where the body was hidden in some secret location in agricultural sites.
So just to make sure that nothing happens to Vladimir Lenin. And all this information, I got it from here, all people are proud of it. It's quite a story to tell. And I'm just so happy to share with you guys. My stories are more about motivating others, but sometimes stories like this, they are worth telling others about them. And I'm happy to have shared with this story with you guys. I'm freezing now. I'm gonna have to turn this thing off. I've got a running nose. I apologize for that. And I cannot feel my fingers. I cannot feel my fingers, guys. So that's it. Today, hitchhiking has been tough. I've walked for like 20 kilometers because I'm not stopping and it's cold. But guess what? I'm in luck. Police checkpoint right over there. Now I don't have to hitchhike anymore. Welcome to Siberia. The police are going to help me get a car. So it was a 20 kilometers worth of beautiful walk. Now I can ask them politely, kindly, humbly, nicely, and they'll get me a car. That's it. Straight to Yekaterinburg. Yeah. Oh man, I'm tired, seriously.